Whenever we think about listening to God, it kind of pulls up a bunch of vulnerabilities and questions within inside us, doesn't it? Almost like we can respond to things cynically. Like when we hear somebody say, "Oh, I heard God say this to me." We're kind of like, yeah, but did you? Or we can respond in kind of a jealous way of like, "Oh, I really wish that God spoke to me like that." It's almost like we put hearing from God on this pedestal of it only happens to the select few, and maybe I'm just not on the list that God speaks to. What if our expectations of God speaking aren't the reality? What if he does speak to us in a really ordinary manner? We're just missing it. You see, in the Bible, it talks about hearing from God in almost these gut impressions, like you know it because you know. And now, compelled by the Spirit, I'm going to Jerusalem. Not know what will happen to me there. I only know that in every city the Holy Spirit warns me that prison and hardships are facing me. It seemed good to the Holy Spirit and to us not to burden you with anything beyond the following requirements. In both of these examples, we see God speaking in a means that could easily be missed. Compelled, it seemed good, hardly feel like the profound word from God, but yet it was God. It was those gut impressions, those feelings that he puts on our heart. You see, we need to put ourselves in a position, a posture of which we are connecting with God regularly, that we are sitting and listening to him so that we allow these gut feelings to fill us. If we're not in a place where we are continually trying to connect with God, we're kind of putting ourselves in a position where it becomes really difficult to hear from him. Because God does speak through those gut feelings. He speaks through those impressions. He speaks through that, oh, I know that I should do or shouldn't do this because I just know. Within all of this, it's so important that we test to see that it is God that is speaking to us. Because sometimes it may not be him talking. So here are some good questions to ask yourself. First off, does it fit with the Bible? Can you see this in the Bible anywhere? Can you see this in God's character throughout the Bible as you read and explore? Does it fit with the person that you know of Jesus? Does it fit with what Jesus would say, how Jesus would act within Jesus' teachings? Is it going to bear fruit? What kind of fruit is this going to bear on your life? Is it good fruit? And always share it with somebody else, because they'll be able to speak in and God will be able to give them the ability to discern whether or not it is from him. It's really important that we share and we do this in fellowship with other people as well. So guys, this week, why don't you sit down in your prayer time and ask the Holy Spirit to speak to you? And then sit and listen. And then act on it. What are you going to do about it? Ask those questions that we laid out. Share it with somebody else. And then look to act on what you think God is saying. Guys, have a great week. And I'll see you next time for the next NR40. Bye-bye.